Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, what is the quotient when the polynomial 4x squared minus 6x plus 7 is divided by 2x minus 1? So we're going to be looking for the quotient. Now, what's quotient? Well, it's the answer when you divide. Is that right? Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. And they're giving us the polynomial. And it's telling you that it's divided by this number. Now, keep that in mind because when you write it down, you need to know which one is the dividend, right? So dividend is a number that goes inside the little box or the little house, right? So my dividend is 4x squared minus 6x plus 7. That's my dividend, right? And it says divided by, right? So that is divided by 2x minus 1. That's my divisor, right? So quotient will be the answer. And quotient will go right here. That's my quotient. Okay? So let's do this. The first thing you gotta ask yourself is, well, 2x times what gives me a 4x squared? Is that right? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, so I know the coefficient needs to be a 2. And I have 1x, and I need x squared. Then this one is to have an x, okay? Now, I am going to write it down on my quotient, so this is going to be what? 2x. Now, the 4x squared, it's positive. Therefore, my 2x is also positive, okay? So let's do distributive property. So you're going to multiply 2x times 2x, which we already did earlier. And the answer was 4x squared, okay? Then I am going to multiply 2x times negative 1, okay? So let me write it down over here. So I have 2x times negative 1. Well, it would just give me a negative 2x, right? Okay, very good. So let's write it down, negative 2x. Okay? So when I'm dividing, I draw the line here. And I need to subtract everything that is here. Is that right? So you can say the problem to yourself, right? And you say something like 4x squared minus 4x squared. Is that right? Or you can say, I remember that whenever I have a minus outside, everything on the inside the parentheses is the opposite. It's like you multiplying by negative 1, right? So this 4x becomes a negative 4x. And the negative 2x becomes a what? A positive, okay? And that takes care of that minus. And it makes sense because, look, 4 is positive and the negative 4 down there, it's negative, right? So that's going to cancel this. And negative 6x plus a 2x is going to give me a negative 4x plus 7 because I'm bringing down the 7, okay? So we're going to continue. So now I need to ask myself, 2x times what will give me a negative 4x? Is that right? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, but I need it to be negative. Then this needs to be negative 2, right? And remember I said earlier, if this number, it's negative, then for sure my quotient is going to have a negative number. And it is, right? It's a negative 2. So I got to multiply 2x times negative 2, which is right here already, right? And that's going to give me a negative 4x. And now I am going to need to multiply negative 1 times the negative 2. And that's going to give me a positive 2. I'm going to write down right here, plus 2. Now remember that you're going to do what? Subtract all of that. That's the step that students keep on forgetting all the time, okay? And you're like, miss, it's not going to cancel because they're both negatives. No, this negative outside is going to make everything on the inside change because remember, keep change opposite? I don't know if you remember that from what, 7th grade? So everything here is going to go what? Opposite. Now this is a positive, so this will become a what? A negative, okay? So negative 4x plus a 4x is gonna cancel. And 7 minus 2, it's a positive 5. So take a look at your quotient, which is the answer up here, and see if you can find the answer that matches that. Okay? And yes, the answer should be letter B. Very good. That 5 that you have here on the bottom is your remainder, right? Okay, very good.